What's good, man? If you're new, subscribe. Let's get this video to 20 likes. Let's just straight into the video,
Warning,
man.
this video contains themes of violence, death, and gang activity. This video is an educational documentary. It does not intend to glorify, incite, or encourage illegal behavior. All of the information is taken from public sources and is shown on the basis of fair use. I've made every effort to ensure accuracy of the sources, but I am not responsible for any content third parties have published. Every effort has been made to censor this video in accordance with YouTube's community guidelines, but if you want to see an uncut version of this video, just hit the... On November the 15th, 2020...
We're going to take all this stuff with a grain of salt because a lot of these people don't be knowing what they talking about. But let's get to the video.
4 men from 2 different Chicago gangs teamed up to pull off an armed robbery on an armored truck, leaving a Bank of America with over $100,000 in it. This was a heist straight out of GTA 5, but things would turn deadly very quickly. In the process of robbing the truck, they would kill the driver and wound another person guarding the money, and what would follow would be an unfiltered crime spree, ultimately ending in these 2 gangs double-crossing each other and one side being killed. But as Chicago woke up to the news of this brazen robbery that left 3 people dead, many on internet forums like Reddit, familiar with the Chicago gangs that pulled off this hit, knew exactly who was responsible and were not surprised. Because this was just the latest in a years-long string of incidents associated with a gang called the 800, with its prominent members being notorious for robberies, murders, and even alleged shootouts with Reddit users themselves. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the slimiest, snakiest, most treacherous gang in all of Chicago, 800. 800 is a gang set made up of maniac Mickey Cobras from around 61st and Cottage Grove in Woodlawn. Lil Fats, a prominent member of 800, would later explain the heritage of the gang in an interview with Truth Teller TV.
Okay, now you just said something I want to pinpoint. You said 800.
That's why you can't be talking like that in these interviews,
exactly,
bro.
Where is that at?
61st and Cottage Grove, we MCs.
800 has a long history in Chicago and has previously also gone by several other names like 800YM, 800DMG, Frank Block, and Diddy Grove. This gang is often referred to as the most hated as they allegedly have beef with around 20 different other gang sets. And members of 800 often consider themselves to be EB.
When niggas be on robbing sprees, bro, they only be giving fuck who they rob, bro. That's why they be into it with so many motherfuckers, bro. It don't be that they legit just be into a motherfucker. They just be robbing motherfuckers. So it'd be like, it probably them niggas.
K, or everybody killer, meaning that they beef with more or less any gang that isn't their own, including Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stones, and even other
Everybody be
Cobras.
EBK.
However, despite being EBK 800 has historically had limited alliances with some other gangs. The set had previously linked up with 051 Young Money, hence the nickname 800YM. However, this would all change when 051 Young Money clicked up with TYMB, a sworn enemy of 800. Hence the gang now hating Young Money too and claiming to be Die Y, as was seen prominently in 800 affiliate Boss Smooth's track 61 Dead Ops. As a result of their hatred towards members from Young Money, 800 members are often seen dropping the Y gang sign upside down as a sign of disrespect to Young Money. Now, 800 carry a savage reputation, even by Southside Chicago standards.
I mean, rightfully so. If you click up with my ops and me and you supposed to be cool, that mean you trying to backdoor a nigga type shit.
Questioning just how many bodies this gang might be responsible for, with the gang themselves often being referred to by the Reddit community as crash dummies for their wild and dangerous antics, even beating the infamous O-Block, 051, 600 and No Limit in a poll by users on the biggest crash outs coming out of the city. 800 literally have beef with gangs that are surrounding their territory from every angle, being only blocks away from 63rd, TYMB, and Mac Creek. 800 has been around for a long time and originally came from the project buildings on Cottage Grove, but their current territory ranges from around 61st to 63rd, from Cottage Grove to Drexel. However, over the years, gentrification has been prominent in this area, pushing the gang away from their original block. One example of this is the huge dual Osco building that was constructed on 61st and Cottage. This development has actually taken the place of the original project building Diddy Grove that 800 the gang originated from. Therefore, nowadays, 800 members are regularly seen around the 61st and Cottage Grove areas, but they do still frequent their old turf in Drexel and the alleys of the Cottage area. Now, Chicago would become familiar with the crew of 800 in the late 2000s.
Bro,
so they would go to...
They are, like, for real, they legit coming up and they cleaning Chicago up, bro. They pushing everybody that's, like, in these, like terrible areas. They pushing their ass to, like, Indiana and shit like that. They cleaning up Chicago, for real, for real. It's gonna take a while, but they doing it, though.
to war with another local gang set called Dro City. Over the course of this gang war, 800 would take several massive losses in the streets within a short 4-year span, a devastating run that would ultimately inspire the gang to go on an extreme spree of violence of their own, with these violent back and forths gaining 800 a terrifying reputation all over Chicago. 800 took their first notable loss in the streets in 2009 when one of their members by the name of Tommy Williams was killed by a man called Kevo from a rival gang set called Mac Creek. Mac Creek is a gangster disciple set hailing from 62nd and Greenwood University. Now, on April 2nd, 2009, a young 800 affiliate by the name of Tommy would allegedly be standing in a group of around 7 or 8 people when an argument broke out and somebody started shooting. The Chicago Tribune would report a tragic scene as Tommy's grandmother.
I really don't understand why niggas legit be arguing with niggas, bro. I can't pull it in. I can't pull it out of me to sit there and argue with a nigga, bro.
Rushed to the scene of the murder,
like, that
finding
shit's
the 18-year-old shot at
nobody fights no more, so there's no point of arguing with nobody. You're not gonna get no fair fight. You a square with a nigga, he'll up a blick on you.
5 p.m. near East 61st and South Cottage Grove. The police would later reveal that Tommy was indeed a member of the wider Black Peace Stones gang, with 800 the set that we know in the modern day not yet being well established among the authorities at this point in time. Kevo, real name Kevin Watson, was identified as the shooter and later taken to trial and is now serving a whopping 60 years for the murder, with the court even being told how Kevo was a gangster disciple and had apparently killed Tommy for his affiliations to the Peace Stones as part of an ongoing beef in the streets. Unfortunately, these gang wars were deeply entrenched in the local neighborhoods and local schools, and in the years that followed, even more violence would play out, affecting members.
Nah, for real, boy. I remember, boy, I went to High Park, nigga, my freshman year. Nigga, half the school got expelled for like a gang war that was going on in the school.
100.
It was busting. Over busting in High Park.
2 years later, 800 would lose a second member named Diddy, who was shot and killed on February the 21st, 2011. Real name Roselle Phillips, Diddy would be shot while sitting in the driver's seat of a parked car in the 6100 block of South Cottage Grove.
You never sit in cars, bro. You got like a certain time frame, bro. You got a good maybe 5 minutes to sit in the car and wait on a motherfucker. Not even. For real. Because you text a motherfucker before you even pull up. Hey, I'm outside. You be 5-10 minutes down the block. Hey, I'm outside. You feel me? I don't.
Grove Avenue, never seen close to where Tommy had lost his life too. After Diddy's death, 800 was given several nicknames to honor their friend, including Diddy Grove, Diddy Maniac Gang or DMG, Diddy City, and the Diddy Grove Boys, DGB. He was clearly beloved by the gang and a notable member of the crew. Diddy has even been referenced in lyrics from rappers that hail from this gang, like the track Pyro Style Part 2, where Boss Smooth raps, "You disrespect Diddy and you'll catch 50. Allegedly, Diddy was so beloved by his gang that his death is actually what started 800 as we know it, with the group previously being referred to as Holly Grove or Mickey City. But unfortunately for 800, having lost Tommy and Diddy, just 1 year later, another 800 member would be killed in a horrific home invasion. On March 28, 2012, Terry Brown, known on the street as Old Head, was shot over 30 times and killed in a triple homicide. ABC 7 News will report that 3 men were found dead at a home in the 6300 block of South Evans. Old Head was found in the hallway of the property, while another 29-year-old man was found in the kitchen, and another man in his 30s found on the back porch. This was a brutal murder scene, made even more shocking by the fact that apparently this incident had allegedly all stemmed from a disagreement over a FUBU jacket. Shockingly, the shooter was apparently Old Head's own friend, Curtis Davis. A Huffington Post article from 2012 would break down how this gruesome triple homicide had played out, all stemming from this FUBU jacket.
It ain't from no FUBU jacket, bro. Nigga had to be hating, bro. Ain't no way you killing 3 niggas over no FUBU jacket. FUBU jacket? Nigga, what year he said this was?
And according to a Sun-Times article, Davis had swapped the FUBU jacket for some shirts and pants with Old Head, later changing his mind and demanding the jacket back. This led to Davis turning up to Old Head's apartment and shooting everybody there after one of the occupants tried to shoot back. Davis had previously served 18 years of a 40-year sentence for another murder in 1989. In the end, Curtis Davis would indeed be found guilty of all 3 of these murders.
Niggas was not wearing FUBU back in no fucking 2012, bro. This is cap. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is cap.
Sentenced to life.
Gotta be cap. It better be cap.
But despite justice playing out in the courtroom, 800 members would be devastated by the loss of one of their close affiliates.
Yeah, I
Boss
bet they
Smooth
would
from 800 would also tribute Old Head in his song Pyro Style Part 2, where he says, "You disrespect Old Head, you get a swole head, bitch."
Get a swole head, bitch.
Following this slew of tragedies, 800 begun getting more and more active in the streets, with stories circulating about the crew having infamous shootouts with people who would go on to become legends in Chicago drill music. In 2013, a beef would break out between members of 800 and a group of gangster disciples from 63rd and St. Lawrence, and Big Mike from 800 would seemingly shoot up one of the most famous members' homes, FBG Duck. With Big Mike taunting Duck on Twitter, claiming that he had done nothing to retaliate after this shooting. 800 Boss Smooth would also join in, taunting FBG Duck and saying that they made him move after shooting up his house. However, these brazen acts would not go unpunished in the streets, and it's alleged that members from St. Lawrence quickly retaliated by shooting Big Mike in his legs, resulting in him being paralyzed and having to use a wheelchair to this day. And FBG Duck would even himself reply to Boss Smooth, implying that it was the GDs from St. Lawrence and 63rd that were directly behind paralyzing Big Mike. However, Boss Smooth would merch it on Diddy that it was a different set that shot Mike. And one popular rumour is that the shooting was actually carried out by another set called TYMB, who may well have actually been responsible for the paralysing of Big Mike. Regardless, the exact cause of this injury would indeed remain a mystery.
I will not be outside after that.
Numerous dangerous street gangs in their area.
Hey yo, call me what you want, bro. If I'm in a wheelchair, bro, it's a wrap, bro. I ain't making fun of him. Cause I know a homie that legit got shot. He was in the wheelchair and nigga was still outside. I'm like, bro, I legit talked to him. Why the fuck you still outside, bro? Hey man, fuck the ops. I'm fuck the ops. What are you talking about? If they start blowing, niggas is not pushing you, bro. They gonna run.
800 would continue to dish out violence themselves. 2013 was the year that 800 began their spree of violence, leading to a savage reputation, with everything kicking off after a brutal altercation with a member of Mac Creek, the same gang who had killed Tommy in 2009. On September the 9th, 2013, a man named Alan Ross, known in the streets as Fish from Mac Creek, was found laying in a grass patch in Washington Park at 6 AM. Initially, it was thought he died from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. However, the medical examiner would later determine that he had actually been beaten to death. Redditors have argued that Alan Ross, aka Fish, actually suffered mental disabilities, making this case even more heartbreaking and senseless. Users of the Chicago drill community Chiraqology.
No, you can't say that, because like motherfuckers be saying like, oh, this kid was 15 and this kid was 14. Once you jump off that porch and you get to saying fuck this person and fuck that person and fuck the ops and all that shit, any and everything goes, bro. Stay in your lane.
Would actually
not saying that he wasn't in his lane, but I'm just saying though, like
against Mac Creek. One popular rumor is that Fish was actually murdered over a mere $5 debt by an 800 member called Pyro, along with 3 other men. 800 members seemed pretty proud of killing Fish, despite him seemingly not being much of a threat in the streets. Boss Smooth would later rap on his scathing diss track 61 Dead Ops, "We don't do no fighting, end up like Fish." However, the 800 member rumored to be responsible, Pyro, just 3 years later, in late May 2016, would suffer a brutal ending in scarily similar circumstances to what happened to Fish.
Ooh.
Pyro, real name Kevin Larry, was in Washington Park, the very same park where Fish was killed, apparently playing dice with members from another gang called MOB when a dispute over a bet heated up. An MOB member by the name of Domo would reportedly shoot Pyro several times, leaving him dead. Now, before this murder, 800 and MOB were apparently on good terms, and Pyro himself had even been pictured with some of their members. No suspects were charged in the following 2 weeks after Pyro's death. However, in a shocking turn of events, MOB Domo would be arrested immediately after holding a press conference, due to the fact that he was seeking $15 million in compensation from the Chicago police after being shot in the back by an officer while running away. A crazy incident which was even caught on camera.
Bro, because they do not be chasing you no more, bro. They legit just shoot. Like, you can't shoot a nigga that's running away from you, bro. The police don't give a fuck out here, bro. They don't care in Chicago, bro.
And the news would actually report that while Domo was literally waiting for an Uber after his press conference, the police would pull up and arrest him for the murder of Pyro. Really shouldn't have messed with the Chicago police. Domo was later sentenced to 50 years to life in prison for the murder of Pyro.
But who
now,
told?
He would later appeal part of his charges with an updated projected parole date of 2066. Prominent member 800 Lil.
Somebody that was shooting dice got picked up. They was finna get charged. They said, hey, nigga, I ain't do it. Such and such did it. So somebody, whoever was shooting dice with him, was somebody in that circle told.
Lil Fats would express his sadness after Domo received his monster sentence, as 800 members likely planned on killing him in retaliation, something which would be made much harder by him doing life in jail. Pyro's murder would...
Hey, Chicago's a motherfucker, bro. Niggas really hate when they opt to get sent to jail for like an extended period of time. Like, damn, this nigga got fucking 30 years. Fuck. Let's see who in there with him. Type shit like Chicago a motherfucker.
Would cause a major split
That
between
shit
the
ain't
gang's
crazy,
MOB
but that
and
shit's a
800,
motherfucker though.
sparking a war that would later see a notable MOB member's funeral being shot up. But this was far from the only time that 800 had severed their ties with massive gangs in their area. On September the 6th, 2015, 800 members would be involved in an infamous shooting at a block party. Another gang called Jaro City was said to be having a party with another gang called Twan World in 800's territory. So, at around 1 AM, 800 members approached them and began arguing before a fight broke out, ultimately ending in a shootout. During the crossfire, a 20-year-old woman with ties to Jaro City by the name of Booby would end up being shot, later dying in hospital.
Damn.
Booby was apparently the girlfriend of 600 founder Lil Boo, who also died in 2015. Now, these two areas had a pretty historic and serious beef, and Bite Down from 600 would brutally mock her death on Twitter. People on Reddit would speculate on the circumstances surrounding her death, suggesting that she had indeed been killed by 800 members in the crossfire of that shootout. Fast forward to 2018, and 800 were into it with pretty much all of the blocks.
They glorify shooting
even their alliance with 051 Young Money.
Yo, I'm not gonna say it's cool. It was never cool to kill women and children, but sometimes these women be into shit that they should not be into. Like, if you not out here setting niggas up and doing shit like that, you should not be speaking on shit like street shit, bro. Cause some niggas take that shit serious as hell. And a lot of these shorties, like they young probably. They probably in their 20s or some shit. They still young as hell. So they not thinking like, man, they thinking like, I slap the fuck out this bitch, I catch her. She talking about fuck my homie or some shit. So you gotta think about that shit. Females, like I'm just saying.
Collapsed after 051 linked up with TYMB,
think about shit like
ending
that.
the alliance
Man
between
business.
800 and Young Money. 800 would have the largest grudge against one gang in particular, MOB. Pyro was clearly beloved by his hood, even being memorialized in music. One example being Boss Move's Pyro-style series of songs, or surviving gang members constantly using the phrase on Pyro. So, 800 members would reportedly be looking for their revenge on rivals from MOB, with this grudge making the gang prime suspects.
I don't know why they be making this
Chicago.
shit so public, like on the internet, like building cases on themselves. Cause you got niggas like this that will build a case on you for real. Like niggas that doing this video, niggas like this be watching y'all, bro, and screenshotting y'all shit, bro.
Those most infamous shootings.
I gotta stay off the internet. For free though.
On the 9th of
Well, he ain't
October
doing it for free,
2018,
but
MOB
doing
Dusky,
it for free.
rap name Dusky the Man, was murdered, allegedly, by 600 members. The following day, MOB members would retaliate, killing a 600 member by the name of Waldo, with intense speculation on the Chiraqology subreddit that this was indeed a revenge killing. MOB likely felt at this point that they had avenged their fallen brother. However, Dusky's funeral was set to be held on October the 22nd. And this is when that funeral would be tragically shot up by numerous people with automatic rifles, leaving 6 people shot, with one being the most serious. One of these men was shot in the head, and this person turned out to be Wooski, an infamous gangster disciple from St. Lawrence, Nebraska.
Ah, wait. But what? Oh, okay, I'm tripping.
Many rumors would spread after the shooting, debating exactly who it was who could have been responsible, as Wooski, MOB, and the GDs from 63rd.
It's crazy that my cousin is actually related to Wooski on her daddy's side. So me and Wooski not related at all. But my cousin, rest in peace to her, who's dead now, from gun violence in Chicago, rest in peace to my cousin, is related to Wooski. And she was on Facebook crying about this shit.
And St. Lawrence
I remember
had a lot
this
of
was
enemies
crazy
in Chicago.
for her.
Many have theorized that the shooters were actually O-Block and or 600 members who would shoot up the funeral as revenge for Waldo, with King Von from O-Block himself dropping numerous songs referencing the funeral shooting, like the track Grandson for President, where he references the shooting of Wooski, rapping, "I've been killing stuff for too long, it's like I'm a veteran, Wooski got shot, now he taking medicine, but anyway, GDK." Or on the song Back Again, where he raps that he might slide to funerals and shoot up everybody outside. However, many believe that it was actually 800 that might have been behind the funeral shooting, and much like O-Block's rappers, 800 members would leave many clues in their music relating to the shooting.
That's what I'm saying.
800 Fat.
And that's the thing about the streets, bro. You never would know because everybody is going to talk about the same shooting. That's the crazy part. Everybody talks about the same shooting in the hood.
Would rap in his song Do Some, "You know I'm gripping my toolie, run up on him, have him looking like Wooski, slide to the funeral, and shoot us a movie." And on the track Head Tap, Fats would also rap, "Up the Glock, quick head tap, now he looking Wooski slow." However, Lil Fats may not have been involved in the actual shooting, as police recordings from the day of the incident apparently labelled all the alleged shooters as having short dreads, and other 800 members could well match this description, as has been theorised on Reddit. But regardless, it seems 800 was celebrating the shooting that had happened, and shooting up this funeral is already an insane thing to do, but as dark and violence-fueled as 800's history is, nobody could have predicted the rampage that 2 of their members carried out in 2021, when in just one dark day, 4 people were shot, 3 people were killed, and the streets of Chicago were left terrified.
I remember this, bro. This shit was going viral. That shit went viral.
Lil Twan, real name Antoine Montgomery, is a known shooter from 800. But it's not just the ops that should be afraid of Lil Twan, but the cops too. He's got a menacing tattoo reading CPDK, or Chicago Police Department Killer, on his left cheek. Something that Redditors think may well influence a judge when he ultimately ends up getting caught. There are multiple examples of Lil Twan showcasing his wild and violent behavior, such as in his Instagram live sessions, where he can be seen upping his gun and taunting his ops from Taekwon World, saying, "Come put that switch on me."
Hey, look, come put that switch on me. Look, they in the comments.
In the same live, he actually tells Lil Tay that he will be leaving where he is staying in downtown to go and kill him.
Look, on my diddy, look, I'm Frank Williams, look, I'm DT right now.
So we ain't just go back out there.
I'm DT right now. Look, I'm DT right now.
So why is you talking to me, bro?
I'm Frank on my diddy, so I'm finna come that way right now. On Drizzay, so I'm finna come that way right now, like I'm gonna get up with you before.
But to make things worse, Lil Tay was also known for going live in enemies' turfs, showing guns and looking for ops. His chilling final live would be recorded on 800 blocks, and shortly after it ended, he would be gunned down.
Y'all better stop playing, man. Y'all better stop playing.
See?
Now, Lil Twan from 800...
See, that's the thing, though. If niggas know you for going live in they hood, once they see you go live walking around, they instantly hopping in a car loading up. If every time you went, if you done went live 5 times walking around they hood, ain't nobody outside, bro, they like, oh, okay, this nigga out there. Let's go.
800 is a terrifying gangster and known for sliding with another certified demon from 800 by the name of Lil Fats. DeAndre Jennings, or Lil Fats, hails from the exact block 800 started on, 61st and Cottage Grove in Woodlawn.
Motherfuckers already been knowing me since I was a shorty type shit, like my face before the rap. I only been rapping the month.
Right.
Oh, damn.
So that's how it kind of crowd. You think the popularity you had, it was easy to transition after YouTube? That's how people knew who you was so fast?
No, I can't say that because, like, this is already been in play. Like, motherfuckers already was telling me to rap, but I'm on some Lil Fats don't want to rap type shit.
Right.
On that.
But it wasn't until the death of Pyro in 2016 that Fats begun getting
That's
more
usually how a lot of
streets.
shit.
Fats would reference how Pyro's death affected him on his song Heating Up, rapping that when...
Because motherfuckers always think people that like shooters and shit, they like, oh shit, y'all, you should rap. You got a story to tell. And you can rap about the shit you did. That's gonna get you on. Like, or it's gonna get you locked up. Either way it goes, it's a 50-50. You gotta learn how to tell the truth and a lie in the rap.
Pyro died, it had him tweaking. And on the track Head Tap, he raps, "Mention Pyro name, now he dead, better claim your bro." There are many examples of Fats acting brash, crazy, and doing the unthinkable online, such as when Fats approached Taekwon World members all by himself, dissing Tuka and daring them to say F Pyro.
Say Pyro.
Come on, man, what's up?
Say Pyro. Come on, man.
He would then turn the camera and can be heard slapping D-Money. In a similar altercation,
bro, ain't
he
no
approached
way.
members from THF in the...
He must have blinked first, bro. Ain't no way he walked up solo dolo, just hands. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you just walk up solo dolo, just hands and slap a nigga, bro. He probably up pipe. Like, y'all niggas better not move on
courthouse.
I know how that shit
dead
go,
friends
bro.
to their
I'm
face,
telling you.
clearly trying to antagonize them. 051 Driller even shared the post, saying that he respects Fats, even though their gangs have beef.
800 Fats gang.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Chicago is so weird. It's niggas that love some of they ops because they bring them excitement. Like, hey man, woo, that bitch ass nigga came through slide. Y'all good? All right, we finna go slide on their ass. It's some niggas that love some of they ops, bro. Not love like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they bring them excitement to that shit, bro. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And much like Lil Twan, Fats appears to have zero respect for the Chicago Police Department, having even recorded himself driving off on the police while toting guns, with Redditors circulating pictures of him in police chases.
Stop out for a minute, right? Stop out! Go. My not going! Stick my
Fly.
In fact, Redditors have even speculated on Lil Fats being
shit, they got up
5X
out
or
of there.
having
They
killed 5 people, something that Fats seemingly
Goof-ass
admits
police.
himself when he was on IG
You
Live
must
with
step
Lil
out.
Don from
No,
Pocket Town.
I'm not going to jail willingly. Come catch me.
No, I'm talking about you and me knowing you what I do to people on Cabin Grade. What I do to people. No, what you did once before on Pyro. How many funerals that it's been on Pyro? Stop that. You better slow down, baby boy.
Hey, Fazzo, you
Baby
can't talk
boy.
that talk with me, folks. You can't talk that talk with me, folks. We go toe to toe, folks.
You better slow your roll, baby boy.
Hey,
One of these bodies
better slow
allegedly
your
was
roll,
051
baby boy.
Montana's sister,
This
a man
nigga's
who
funny.
Fats had even been pictured with. Now, it would appear that Lil
It's crazy, bro, because this is how Chicago is. You grow up with your ops. Like, you and your ops be having, like, childhood pictures and shit together. Like, for real, like damn near, I ain't gonna say baby pictures, but, like, kid pictures where y'all, you feel me, taking pictures together and shit. Grow up, he ended up on two different sides of the, you feel me?
Fats has no regard for broadcasting
the
his
field.
criminality online, regularly showing off to the world what some people believe are actual murder weapons on his Instagram story. And Lil Fats has been seen numerous times lurking in his ops blocks, armed with high-powered weapons.
I'm here on the ill, man.
Fats would even brag about robbing a diamond chain from a handicapped man, and openly admitting to being a prolific chain snatcher on his song Smooth Style. Fats is also known for going live purposely to share his location and seeing if his ops pull up. In 2020, Fats would get his first alleged body, a man named Curio, from Murdertown. Murdertown, or MTG039, is located in the Wentworth homes from 39th and Princeton to 39th and Wentworth. On January the 2nd, Fats and Lil Twin were actually set to have a meetup trading weapons with Murdertown members. Curio was present at the meetup and was said to have traded guns with Fats. However, 800 would claim he was acting weird during the trade. Fats and Lil Twin would allegedly shoot Curio to death and steal his gun, with theories circulating on Reddit that Curio was in fact killed by Lil Twin and Fats together. As well as other rumours that Curio had actually been Murdertown's top killer with
Reddit
2 bodies
talking
and
like
Welsh
this?
World's biggest op 757 at the time of his murder. Fats would even mention the murder in his song Main Slime, rapping, "Curry died, that back door open." After his death, 800 members would even post clips online.
That's what I'm saying, though. It depends on who knew about the link up, though. But if nobody knew about the link up, why would you rap about it? You could have just scot free. You know what I'm saying?
Rapping lyrics that appear to reference this incident.
This is we walking up on you and emptying clips where it's roof at. I'm smoking this curry, smoking good. I feel like I might go see high head. Niggas tough on the net today, homies get stressed. Now they trying to do like you're not dead. If it's something that's stuck, cause I say what.
And just 2 months after the murder, Fats and 800 members would allegedly kill again in an almost identical situation. On the 10th of March 2020,
it's hard. That's why I don't understand why motherfuckers be so friendly, bro. If the you dig me dirty, just dump that bitch and go get some more. If it's dirty, dump it, go get some more. Like, why you trying to swap it out with motherfuckers and shit? That shit crazy.
members from 800 were planning to
Knowing
do a gun
motherfuckers
trade
slimy
again,
out
this
here.
time with a Face World 069 member called Bando Hothead. The trade would go through as planned, but 800 still chose to kill Bando Hothead whilst he wasn't looking, shooting him in the head, groin and back, leaving him dead at just 17 years old. And the shocking image of the aftermath of this killing was even posted to Reddit, with the police officer seeming to smile over Bando's corpse. But to make matters worse, 800 members would pose with Bando Hothead's guns very soon after the murder, and 800 members even showed off the weapon in a music video for Lil Twin's track 800 Fats Home. G Gotti from 800 would go even further, allegedly posing with Bando Hothead's gun and showing the bloodstains still on it. Fats himself would mention the murder in his music, like on the track Smooth Style, where he raps "Hothead in the air, I smell it." Off the back of these incidents, 800 have become infamous for turning on people. Redditors would even troll Fats, jokingly asking if he wants to trade guns, with Fats actually posting that, saying that everybody is too scared to trade guns with them now. Due to these murders, 800...
That's who the fuck would, like, why are people trading guns, though? Like, I understand, but I don't understand. Like, that shit is wild, bro. What the fuck is a trade? Like what am I trading, a dirty gun for a dirty gun? That's the only reason why a nigga would trade outside of the game.
800 now have a reputation for backdooring people or being snakes. The topic itself even becoming a running joke on Reddit, with people posting DMs that they got from people asking to trade guns with the word backdoor in their handle. It would seem that 800 were on a mission to cut ties and betray anyone, even the very few gang sets that were still cordial with them. And since
yeah, that shit
Bando's
don't
murder,
even make sense, bro. They legit crashing out, bro. They don't give a fuck.
069 members seen riding around 800's hood looking for targets.
Hey, you a snake? Somebody tell the 800 them I'm out here.
Fats would continue moving wild in the streets until later in 2020, when 800 would take a huge loss yet again, with this one being the death of their greatest talent and biggest star. On the 11th of October 2020, Boss Smooth, real name Jeremiah McCoy, was sitting in the passenger seat of a car. The car had pulled up to the Shell petrol station at the 8600 block of South State Street. This is an area that seems to be a shocking hotspot for gangland murders, as was also seen in 2023 with CCTV cameras capturing a similar shooting.
Right by the E-way.
2020, a blue sedan would pull up next to Boss Smooth, opening
right
fire,
on the fucking,
with the passengers of that car shooting him over
right on the
30
motherfucking
times
E-way.
with Draco machine guns. Boss Smooth would suffer multiple headshots.
Bro, sometimes, like, you just gotta know. You gotta know the gas. You gotta know the spots in the city, bro. It's just certain places, bro, you just don't go. Or if you do go, you gotta go early as fuck. Legit.
Shots ultimately being pronounced
man,
dead in
certain
hospital.
places shit just can happen
before,
whenever.
Boss Smooth had released several songs and was easily the most talented and successful rapper from 800. However, his catalog also
That's crazy. That's my homie that shoot the video. A Mac film.
several songs and was easily the most talented and successful rapper from 800. However, his catalog also included many disses at ops and entire gangs like his huge
I ain't gonna say we homies like we close, but I know the nigga. Type shit.
Disrespectful track 61
We ain't
Dead
locked
Ops.
in.
However,
but I
Boss
know
Smooth
him,
may well have made himself an even bigger target in 2020 when he dissed Curio, referencing the whole gun trade situation. Rapping in his track How I'm Coming remix, it's supposed to have been a trade for a trade, he acting weird, trying to play, he effed around and got played. Fats can also be seen in that video which had lyrics that stated,
I mean, but you gotta think about it though. You linking up with a whole nother gang to trade guns, bro. Of course it's gonna be weird because it's like, okay, who gonna give who gun first? If I give you my gun first, shit, you can still not trade with me. Like, you gotta have a group of niggas with you to trade guns, bro. Just in case some shit happen, it can be a shootout. Like, you should never trade guns, just me and you linking up together. Oh, I'm gonna come by myself, you come by yourself. Hell no, you gotta have a nigga posted outside waiting, and you gotta have 2-3 niggas in there with you with their own guns out. Like, shit, we gonna trade this shit like legit trading. We gonna walk away from it. You don't turn your back on a nigga that you don't really know for real. That's how you get shot in the back of your head. Like,
pull up on Lil Fats. If you do come correct, one slip, you ain't coming back. Boss Smooth and Fats were clearly very close, and in the aftermath of the murder, many rumors circulated as to who it was that might have killed Boss Smooth, with many people believing that it was either Murder Town or Face World 069. During a live session with 800 Lil Twin and Casey Money from 069, it was revealed who might have actually been behind the murder, as Lil Twin would admit after arguing with Casey Money, a rapper from 069, that it was actually Mix Mob.
What you think happened to Smooth, bro? Just stupid, bro. Y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. Ain't no killing without killing, bro. On Pyro, y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. So y'all saying who the killed them then, bro? Who killed them then, bro?
Why y'all telling on y'all self?
I ain't claiming, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Don't claim shit.
Don't get on loud. Don't get on loud. Goofy, bro.
Ain't no killing out no killing.
Don't get on there flies like y'all killed for Smooth on Pyro. Y'all ain't do shit to Smooth. Bro, I'm not trying to talk about no dead, no bodies, none of that. Bro. It's all type.
That's what you done already talked about it, bro.
On Pyro, Mix Mob killed Smooth. On Diddy, you or Face ain't have to do with that. On Pyro.
Mix Mob members were even in the chat telling Casey Money to stop claiming the murder. Since his death, it was said that 800 Fats went crazy in the streets trying to get back to Boss Smooth. He had even been pictured with Boss Smooth's son, showing just how strong their relationship must have been. But interestingly, setting aside his savage history and reputation, one of Lil Fats' most shocking antics online may well have been his back and forth with an actual Redditor from r/Chiraqology. This dispute saw both Fats and the Redditor dropping their locations and trying to meet up for a shootout, posting everything for the whole world to see.
Oh, they crazy.
A mysterious user appeared on Reddit with the handle More Slime Than Fats, making a post on Chiraqology calling out Fats from 800, saying that if 800 Fats posts his location, he will pull up and have a live shootout with him. Redditors would go on to question this user's authenticity, to which the user More Slime Than Fats would double down, claiming that he is in Chicago and very serious about catching Fats. Fats himself would even catch wind of the post, sharing it to his own Instagram and asking what is wrong with these people. More Slime Than Fats would then DM a popular Chiraqology user on Instagram asking him to get in touch with Fats directly and reaffirming that he would pull up to his live in person.
Motherfucker do
He would
anything
claim
for
that his
clout,
beef
boy.
with Fats stemmed from Fats stealing a gun from his younger cousin that belonged to him that he wants back. More Slime Than Fats was also very familiar with Fats' IG live antics, as he would often go live in enemy hoods attempting to draw out his ops to kill or humiliate them.
And I'm outside with my Glock on me, on Glock 21 on me, on cap grade out. And I'ma stay on the line and wait for y'all to come and all type of shit on, oh, we could do it. Be having all that secret ass smoking on mid grade, let me know something. Oh, I'm right down the street, we could do it. We could do whatever on, oh.
I don't know why. It's just the adrenaline rush that comes with this shit is crazy, bro. Like he fell in love with the action part of the street.
Anybody want to
like
smoke?
He love the action, you can tell.
We could do it on Pyro.
After learning why More Slime Than Fats was after him, the real Fats actually chose to go live together with him.
What's up with it, boy? Hold on. You don't trip, hold on.
Are you more slime than me?
Hell yeah, where you at? I'm trying to pull up, shorty.
They would then agree on a meetup location, and Fats tells the Reddit user to pull up on 82nd and Drexel.
But where you trying to meet at?
Man, we can meet on 82nd and Ingleside or go on 62nd and Kimbark. I'm pulling up right now, and it's merch.
With More Slime Than Fats then confirming that he will go to the meetup, but that he is going to stay on live. Fats then calls the Reddit user the police, refusing to link up. More Slime Than Fats would then call the real Fats scared before being kicked out of the live.
Niggas be doing anything for clout.
The pair would briefly go live again, with Fats continuing to call More Slime Than Fats the police, with the Reddit user replying, F the US Marshals, showing off a Draco.
I'm saying, US Marshals, see, let's do it.
This live itself would be shared to the Chiraqology subreddit, with commenters being worried that someone might be about to end up dead off the back of a Reddit post. Shortly after, 800 Fats then has a change of heart, going back on live. He would patrol the area where the two had agreed to meet up, strapped with a number of guns, seemingly ready to catch this Reddit user. As this crazy and intimidating audio would play out for the world, other commenters on Reddit would be in disbelief. And to the surprise of everybody,
cause nigga, like I say, bro, stay in your fucking lane. Is you a Reddit user? Stay a fucking Reddit user, bro.
More Slime Than Fats actually confirmed in the comments that he in fact pulled up, with a link to a new post showing the exact same view that 800 Fats recorded on his live, with this post leaving Redditors in disbelief once again, as commenters would say that they couldn't believe they were about to witness a drill live. More Slime Than Fats
entertaining these weird ass Reddit users, bro, that lives in fucking Europe, bro. Oh, like what the fuck is going on, bro? These niggas don't even live in Chicago, bro.
Would then post even more footage of him driving around the agreed area, allegedly just 45 minutes after Fats himself had gone live there. And in the video, you can see that More Slime Than Fats actually covers the exact route that 800 Fats did in his live. This is a crazy move, considering the fact that 800 Fats is a certified killer. Then, a tweet by a Chicago Twitter page that shares reports from a police scanner would report that 19 shots had been fired in the area, with the report being just 0.4 miles away from 82nd and Drexel, where Fats and More Slime had actually agreed to meet and have their shootout. This was posted to the subreddit to the shock of all the Redditors who were following along like some kind of live twisted reality show.
For real,
these
weird ass motherfuckers on Reddit really trying to see somebody die for their entertainment. That shit is crazy, bro.
That Reddit had seemingly baited a real-life Chicago savage into a real-life shooting. However, another Redditor would make a post debunking the speculation and confirming that this shooting may well have been just coincidental, with More Slime Than Fats hopping online to confirm that it wasn't them shooting in the comments. But some suspect that the shooting may well really have been them, and that they're just denying it on Reddit to stay out of trouble. But regardless, this is one of the craziest sagas from the Chiraqology subreddit in history, where a real Chiraq savage was drawn out by an internet troll looking for clout into a possible shootout scenario in front of the whole world to see. But anyway, now that you know 800 Fats'
you don't even know how he looks,
it's pretty clear to see why he has become an extreme example of a crazy Chicago killer. And just months after the More Than Slime Fats ordeal, Lil Twan and Fats would end up getting into a serious real-life situation, ultimately catching one of the most infamous and violent cases that I have ever seen from a Chicago rapper.
This the shit that went viral,
On November
bro.
the 15th, 2021, 800 members Lil Fats and Lil Twan attempted a GTA-style heist on an armored truck, something that has apparently become commonplace in Chicago over the recent years. These two allegedly carried out the robbery with two members from Wooski Gang 079, Dewey 4, an alleged cousin of Fats, and another member called Spook. At 9 AM, Lil Fats and Lil Twan would meet up at a home in the 8700 block of South Saginaw to plan out the attack. They allegedly had said that they had a lick lined up to hit an ATM and they would be getting a lot of cash. At 10:30, they grouped with the 079 members and travelled to the Bank of America on 250 West 83rd Street. Here, they would witness a Garda armoured truck arriving to the bank, with LaShonda Harts and 2 male colleagues emptying ATM containers and refilling them with around $50,000 to $80,000 cash. Police would later confirm that Antoine Davis, aka Lil Twan, would jump out, attempting to grab the container, ensuing a struggle. Montgomery Jennings, aka Lil Fats, and one of the 079 members would then exit their stolen vehicle and begin to shoot at the guards. LaShonda Harts would suffer 3 gunshot wounds, later dying of her injuries.
Yeah, they killed her.
And in a tragic turn of events, it would turn out that LaShonda Harts was actually new to this job, and she had clearly been excited to be starting this role, as messages to a friend from September the 25th, 2021 were later released, where LaShonda explains just how much she was looking forward to working in her new job as an armoured guard, and thanking God for her blessings. Only 68 days after starting the job, the heist would take place, killing her at work. The other victim was shot once in the stomach and taken into hospital, initially in critical condition, but thankfully surviving. Police and prosecutors said that the robbery crew were actually unable to get the cash container from the guards during the attack, and they would flee the scene in a stolen Lincoln. Ultimately, they had failed the robbery in every way possible, and the bank's surveillance cameras would catch the attack and what the men were wearing. Shortly after, a witness was parked behind an SUV when he saw the stolen Lincoln pull up alongside the SUV. Lil Fats and Lil Twan got out of the Lincoln and entered the SUV driving away. 30 minutes later, Lil Fats and Lil Twan were seen on another CCTV camera entering a strip mall on the 6700 block of South Stony Island, just a 12-minute drive away from the bank. Here, they would rob the Boost mobile store, getting away with just a bag of mobile phones. Court documents would then show that Lil Fats and Lil Twan regrouped with the 2 079 members at around 11:30 AM at the original location where they planned the attack on South Saginaw. One witness claims to have heard gunshots, followed by an Infiniti SUV crashing into a tree. Lil Fats and Lil Twan would then run into a nearby home, and whilst inside the home, prosecutors said that a witness would see the pair and other individuals passing around a duffel bag containing a rifle as they talked about hiding their guns. Lil Fats would later tell one of the people inside the home to call the police and tell them that somebody had been shot and killed in a car outside the house. This was all because 800 members had actually turned on the 079 members, shooting them dead in the SUV outside. Dewey was even allegedly Fats' cousin and had plugged his music publicly on Instagram before, eerily calling his cousin Snakenet. Continuing his streak of backdooring people who thought they could trust 800, this time Fats had taken it further, snaking his own cousin and killing him. Shortly after this,
because bro, it be motherfuckers that see people in Chicago, you could be cousins with a motherfucker and y'all don't be close, y'all don't be locked in, G. Y'all don't be locked in, y'all didn't grow up together. So it's like, yeah, that's my cousin on my daddy's side, or yeah, that's my cousin on my mama's side. Like, I don't really know them like that, but that's my cousin type shit. So you gotta see, like, you don't know how locked in they was. So
yes, a SWAT team was called into the area, where very quickly the pair were then arrested and charged with murder, attempted murder, and armed robbery. Investigators would find the bag of mobile phones inside the crashed vehicle, and inside the home were 5 guns, clothing, shoes, and a mask, all matching witness descriptions of the robbers who stuck up the armored truck.
Why the
fuck
guns
did y'all
were
also
stay?
covered in gunpowder residue and matched the shell casings found at the scene of the robbery. This was a wild incident and would make the news.
This is why when you do dumb shit, you have to go dump your guns, bro. You do not keep the guns, bro. Once you do some stupid shit, you dump the guns, bro, and you get more. You don't keep the guns, bro. Like, what? They not trophies, bro.
Once the media. To conclude, when it's all said and done, both Lil Fats and Lil Twan killed 3 people and seriously injured another guard, whilst likely traumatizing anybody that they bumped into along their rampage, all to achieve nothing. They left the bank empty-handed, and the phones they stole were left inside the crashed car. Both chose to crash out and will now likely spend the rest of their lives behind bars due to this failed robbery. But to make things even worse, they chose to likely spend the rest of their lives behind.
That nigga, I told you, they all young. They all young, bro. That's why I'm saying, if you're not in that lane, stay in your lane, because they love the action, bro. It's not a lot of logic that go on there. It's just the action that comes behind it, the adrenaline that comes behind it. That's what I'm saying. Females, stay out of their business. They out of these young niggas' business because they don't give a fuck. They look at you like, oh, this bitch talking about fuck my dad, homie. I love that nigga. Me and him spent, that nigga used to sleep. I used to sleep on that nigga couch type shit. You feel me? Like, stay out them niggas' business, bro.
Behind bars due to this
That's
failed
why
robbery.
I stay in my lane,
worse,
bro.
they chose to turn on their
I know
accomplices
who
for seemingly no
you
reason.
feel me? I know
Two men
I don't
they
be dealing
chose
with
to bring
everybody
on
else
to the
shit.
job. With this being made even more tragic when you consider the fact that Dewey 4 was just finding his feet in music and making serious waves as a drill rapper. His most popular song would even exceed 1 million views, being released after his death. And in the video, Dewey is memorialized in the most suitable Chicago drill style there is, as a cardboard cutout surrounded by masked men with pistols and extended magazines. By choosing to embark on that robbery, Lil Fats and Lil Twan essentially ruined the lives of everyone involved and murdered an innocent woman just doing her job. And if November the 15th wasn't bad enough, the fallout following their arrest would be as explosive as the incident itself. Despite being a villain in the streets and a hardened Chicago gangster, in the end Lil Fats would cooperate on the murder of LaShonda Harts, claiming that Spook was the man that killed her. Fats has been criticized by many due to him cooperating despite allegedly being a hardened killer and self-proclaimed snake. Even though Spook is now dead,
because he looking at it like, shit, if I snitch on motherfuckers that's already dead and I can get away free, shit, they already dead. I ain't kill her, they killed her. And they dead. So put that on them. You feel me?
Fats, who is considered one of the craziest known members, is cooperating with the police and violating the so-called street code. Lil Twan, his accomplice, has even labeled him a rat from his Instagram page. As have 800's ops from Taekwon World, labeling Fats as a snitch, a snake, and a killer all in one. Fats telling on Spook is likely an attempt at an alibi to dodge himself being held responsible for the murder charge of LaShonda Harts. However, the two murders of Dewey 4 and Spook, as well as the armed robberies themselves, are all backed up by a mountain of evidence. With all of this meaning, it's pretty unlikely that Fats
he ain't getting out of that shit.
Whether he's informing or not.
He ain't getting out of that shit, but the logic is, shit, I'm a snitch on motherfuckers that's dead already. I cooperated. Give me less of time. They dead. The niggas that did it dead.
Actually took his Instagram
I know the street code is don't snitch, but
claiming that the feds dropped his case.
You snitching on motherfuckers that can't get arrested. I know it's no snitching, but if you snitch on motherfuckers that can't get arrested, like,
as there's not enough evidence. However, this is pretty hard to believe considering how much evidence was showcased just on that news report alone. Meanwhile, Big Mike from 800 chimed in, labeling both Lil Twan and Fats as rats, and claiming that both of them are no longer in the gang 800. Whilst awaiting his trial, 800 Lil Fats has had his fair share of altercations in jail, with one even being seen in prison guard body cam footage, where Lil Fats is released into his cell, where he then jumps at his cellmate, attacking him, then elbowing another prison guard in the nose.
Wait, so he must have got in there with an op or something. They was waiting on his ass like, yeah, come on. Or you got to think about it. With them sliming so many different niggas out, ain't no telling who family member is who. Because like Chicago big as hell, but a lot of people in the streets is connected through different ways. So you could have slammed somebody out and they like motherfucker in jail. Like, man, them niggas killed my cousin. Them niggas killed my homie. Them niggas killed. So you never know.
Stop. Hey, man, watch yourself. Watch yourself. What are you doing? Watch yourself. Handcuff.
So he probably like, shit, let me go to the hole. For real, his logic is like, shit, I'd rather go to the hole.
Just try elbowing one of my officers, man. Relax. You got me on my nose. Relax. I hit my wrist, man. Relax.
You gotta think about it. He a shorty.
We're not even applying pressure. Relax.
Look, man, my left wrist, man, on my son, man. I can't feel it. I'm not resisting, man. On my son, I can't feel my hand. My hand is burning.
You got control of your wrist. We're escorting you. Like I said, you became combative. You struck one of my officers. I need you to relax. All right?
Look, man, I start walking slowly, man.
We are walking slow, sir, and we're taking the elevator. You're not even taking the stairs, so relax.
You gotta say that file?
Hold it and roll one time, go pound 5.
Either way it go, it don't matter. You got a while in there.
Sergeant Abrowski, star number 3307. Today's date's May 4th. It's 2:05 a.m. at the detainee.
You're gonna have to see whoever.
Yeah.
First name? ID number?
202-111-8091.
So you attacked the guy in the cell?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we was into it.
That's why I took off running when they let me out the handcuffs.
Detainee was cleared medically by Nurse Lorenz. Detainee is awaiting new housing. This concludes interview with detainee Jennings.
I need medical attention.
It's been reported by popular Instagram page Squid Ape that Lil Fats was beaten up in jail by one of the family members of the victims killed in the robbery.
You see what I'm saying? I literally just said this shit. You slime so many people out that you don't even know who you gotta watch your back on. Like you don't know who coming behind you. Gun trade kill your whole gang, them celebrating all these different deaths in the music and shit. You gotta see people. You could be at a grocery store, you feel me? And not know that the nigga in the other aisle is one of them niggas' cousins or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Twan would also share that he was attacked by ops in the jail too, with Fats replying saying that he was paid $150 to say this, as well as other posts circulating appearing to claim that Fats was beaten up in jail himself. Unfortunately, it may be years before we find out what punishment, if any, will be dished out for this heinous heist turned murder spree. The only thing that is certain is that 3 lives were lost that day, and if the feds can prove it, Fats and Twan will likely spend the rest of their lives behind a prison door, leaving behind their families and their loved ones. It just goes to show you that, as usual, the streets are a dead end. Whether it's gangbanging or robbing, these kinds of activities
it just depends on how you do stuff, bro.
Or prison. I hope that the next generation of youngsters growing up in the difficult streets of Chicago can make better choices and do something positive with the precious life that they've been given. I hope you found that story interesting. Thank you for watching. Peace out.